Alright. How are you guys doing today? Everybody hear me alright? Seems like everything's coming through. Cool. How are we doing today, guys? Alright, so on the roster today, we'll be playing some viewer submitted games. These are all going to be games that were made in a little 3-day span, little 3-day weekend. These are some games that have either people reached out to me in person and wanted me to play, or have posted in the Discord and have just kind of been active in the Discord. So I'm going to kind of give them a shout out first. And after that, if we have time, because of our 50 follower goal that we have achieved, I have a little bit of a upcoming announcement. So we'll see how that goes in the coming hours. So if you're joining us early, I thank you for coming and hanging out. And if you pop in a little bit, I'll see you when you get transition. Alright, cool. That went through perfectly fine. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit for now. So the first game we have up is Wobble Wobble Balloon Trouble by Ryan Booth. I think that's how you say that. So let's see. Controls for this one. D is right. Q makes the balloon bigger. A makes it smaller. So we're like pumping up and deflating the balloon. Wobble Wobble Balloon Trouble challenges players to control an alien navigating a unique environment using a helium-filled balloon. As players increase the helium in the balloon, the alien's gravity decreases, allowing for flight and puzzle solving. Throughout the game, players must skillfully jump between platforms while avoiding various enemies, including bees, frogs, and flies. Collect coins and uncover hidden secrets in this engaging adventure that combines strategy and dexterity. Okay, cute. Aww. Very sweet looking, and I think it looks like you can like play this on the phone too. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it looks like he's got an Android build. That's super cool. All right, let's dive in. So Q and A, B. Right. I'm just gonna float off. We're gonna see what happens. Oh, I died. Don't like that. Whee! Uh-oh. I think I went too high up. Oh. Increase your balloon's helium by pressing the arrow up buttons. Down. Lower the gravity. Okay. So if I fill it all the way up. Okay. And kind of like subtly go up and down depending on how much I fill it up. Feel like, but yeah, once you go a direction, you kind of gone that direction. Oh no. Dangerous frog. Come on, float above the frog. We must hover. Okay, so it's only completely full. Oof. Yeah, got a coin. Oh. There's stuff down in the crevice. Oh. We go this way, I guess. Whee! Ooh, I feel like I'm supposed to go up here. Ooh. Made a ramp. Just gonna like free fall now and see what happens. Yeehaw! I'm a potato. What's up, buddy? Gonna kind of like get out of your airspace. Oh, I missed the key. Oh, there's a cheeseburger. I must stand on the long cheeseburger. Oh, I missed that too. Oh, it's so hard for me to get things. Does make me wish I could like go backwards a bit. And he can only jump. He can't jump. He can only go up or down. Through balloon powers. You actually made it. Congrats. Neat. Yeah, I like the mechanic of being able to like float around and stuff. I just wish I could jump into it, and I don't know. I think this would be fun if it was a little bit more variable, because right now it just seems like you either have no balloon, thus fall, have some balloon, nothing happens, still nothing happens. Okay, I'm a little floaty. But nothing really happening right now. I haven't missed that coin, so my hitbox is a little weird on my feet. But I have to get all the way up to be really floaty. So I feel like I'm unfortunately missing a lot of your content. I think if I had a way to walk backwards, I would not feel so bad. Because, yeah, the amount of times I missed, like, one coin, or if I could just, like, click on the coin, since it's going to be a touchscreen game anyways. You died. I also think that, instead of the timer going up, having some sort of, like, indicator of where to go, and the timer going down, that could increase stress, but I guess that's not, like, you know, I guess we're playing cozy games. That's not really the goal. I do love the little potato alien dude balloon vibes, though. Yeah, I really wish I could walk backwards. Oh, I got eaten by a caterpillar. Let's see what's down this way. Whee! Oh, got eaten by a tinier alien caterpillar. Or that, like, the various states kind of had a difference. Why did I suddenly... I deflated my balloon and I suddenly blew up. Yeah, there's a few little weird interactions. Yeah, if you're floating at all, it seems like you can't touch those guys. Let's see if I can get this one. Oh no, I missed them. Yeah, your hitbox is so tiny. I feel like I should get those. Makes me sad when I don't. Yeah. Just gonna kind of blitzkrieg. Oh, a hammer. We're just gonna run. We're just gonna see what happens if I don't interact with the balloon at all. Except for when like I absolutely need to. Maybe I'm just using it too much and I'm like relying on it too much. And it was supposed to just kind of be like a little like secondary. I went full like, it's balloon time. Fall back around. Yeah. Oh, and then I died by the frog. Yeah, and that makes me wish I could jump. Whee! Oh. Whee! Yeah, I like the balloon. I just wish that I could do more with the controls and the balloon at the same time. I think that's the only, like, feels bad, man. Because, like, if I could just run up and, like, jump over one of these guys, whatever. Oh, got taken out by a bee. I'm gonna see what, like, kind of speedrunning strats I can do. never gonna let go of. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna see what happens. I still think I'm going somewhere, right? Do we think we're going anywhere, chat? I'm not sure if we're going. Oh yeah. Hey, hey, El. How's it going? Not sure if I broke the game or if I'm just in a giant cloud. All right. I think we're gonna hit the privacy screen on this one and go ahead, move on to the next submission. One moment, please. Hello, hello. No, I did a Wobble Wobble Balloon Trouble so far. I was also a little late myself. I think I've only been streaming maybe 10, 20 minutes actually. So you guys are basically right on time. You missed one submission so far. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. You're fine. Okay, so that marks. All right, so next up, yep, Thriller of Autumn. You are just in time, actually. You're about to play your game. Alrighty. So no more Screen of Death. Also, question: can you guys hear me all right? Is sound okay? So the slightly quiet. Okay, I can turn it up just a tiny bit. I'm sitting a little bit further away than my mic than I normally do. How's that for you guys? Is that a bit better? A little louder? How's this? Wow, wow. Okay, groovy. All right, so my submission was two kids, one hair, I think. Uh, yeah. Hello, hello, Sarah. How are we doing? How's everybody doing today? So this one was mine. We did a slightly bigger team. We had three programmers, two different artists, a sound effects guy, and we had someone who did the main music. And then I also lifted a couple of free fonts from some people I respect in the itch community. Um, we had a couple of issues um, getting everything together. Yeah, it was a big team. We had a couple of issues getting everything together, and we had to cut one of our main mechanics that we originally had. Was you were going to use a goat to eat the pile of leaves after you break them up. So right now it's just kind of like a little arcade game, some like mini game you'd find in like another game more than anything else. So feel free to play it. Be careful. There are two bugs that I've already noticed. If you rake the leaves into piles too fast, they'll start disappearing and your score will go down. And you can also just let the clock run infinite. So it's an infinite runner mode. You can just play as long as you feel like. Um, Technically an idle game. If you leave it in the background, apparently you can also just like let the score rack up. So feel free to do that as well if you'd like. So yeah. Also super excited to say that in between the last two streams and thanks to the Cozy Jam community, we have finally hit over 50 followers, which makes us just one step closer to affiliate. So thank you guys, and thank you guys who have come out to hang out this time. It really means a lot, and it makes us just like one itsy bitsy step closer to actually like making game development a potential career option for me, as opposed to just a far off dream. So, any whoosies. This is Thriller of Autumn submission. So you know how some devs just push DLC expansions even though the core game feels unfinished or broken? This quaint autumnal farming game turned meta story is homage to all those wonderful devs. Thanks for giving us inspiration for a game. We hope you enjoy. So left mouse button click buttons in DLC pop-ups with sawed arrow keys for movement. Ooh, another big team. Okay, so we've got Dan, who's an aspiring game designer and professional animator. Luke, an aspiring game designer and beginner programmer with management experience. Luke, my man's samesies. We are a beginner programmer, big time D&D nerd, so game designer. And I used to yell at people for money, so management experience, game recognized game, right? Any whoosies. And then Steve, expert musician and music producer, and a professional games SFX developer, James. Doo, doo, doo. Yeah, I love D&D. Was obsessed with it throughout middle school, high school. Still am a little bit. It's just harder to get adult friends together. All right. Anywho, let's see. Unless I was using Assad. Zoom in action. Another Godot dev. Big shout out. I'm learning Godot as well. Pumpkin planter. Well, coming soon. Okay. Did I break it? Going to refresh. Or is that just the game? Hi, peoples. Okay. What what good is a pumpkin planted if the pumpkin can't be watered, grown, and picked? Okay. Cool. Yeah. Ooh, what we got? We're sorry we made it aware of a bug or two in our new DLC and are very sorry for the inconvenience. Our cracking software team has been working on a hot fix, which is available right now. Thank you for your patience. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Can I go? Or is it just, hmm. Hmm. Oh, got the crop. What do I do with the crop? You guys like my pumpkin? This expansion answers the call of overwhelming player feedback, in particular players who wanted something to do with their newly picked crop. In particular, players who wanted something to do with their newly picked crop. Send your pumpkin to the festival and start to grow more, and we've fixed some other sneaky bugs too. Yay, so we're gonna... Noise, noise, noise. Alright, max gains. Oh. Hey, Rogue! Good night, Rogue! Chat, everybody say goodnight to Rogue. They were actually the one who did all of the, like, beautiful art you see in on, like, menu and UI. Yeah, I'm hearing all the bleeps and bloops. Is it not coming through for you guys? I can turn it up just a wee bit. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, Rogue. I gotta avoid the well. Max gains, max gains. Sorry, I'm too busy getting, like, max gains to, download your DLC. Sorry. Speedrun. Okay, let me see if I can fix that for you guys just a little bit over here. Thank you, Rogue. I have a exciting announcement at the end of stream. I'll let you guys know. I'll fill you guys in. All right. That should make that better for you guys. Yeah, that's coming out clear for me, for sure. Yeah, like, I got the gameplay loop now. Like, this is already, like, ideal gameplay. It's concise. Number go up. Perfect game. I don't need to download anything else. Alright. Let's get to 10. Let's get to 10. And then we'll download the DLC. Oh, put that back. Okay. What is this DLC? Our most innovative expansion yet is out now, including music and triple the gameplay. We want to thank all our fans for the continued support of our game. Every DLC purchase means so much to us. Nice. Score. Audio drops out, main, crop plot broken. Yeah, let's go, gamers. Oh, would you look at that? There's another DLC. The town's Halloween celebration is at risk of being a minor disaster. They need 25 pumpkins to ensure that the town has enough pumpkins to throw a truly spectacular Halloween festival. And you are the only pumpkin farmer available. Within this game, anyway. We are sure there are others milling around this game jam somewhere. Yes, we've also added a quirky weather feature, which might really take the pressure off Winky Face. Is it gonna rain? Aw, yeah. I love rainy days in Stardew Valley. Oh, oh, oh. Can't even plant enough. You have enough pumpkins to save Halloween for the town. I have to pay to deliver the pumpkins? What gives, Dan and Luke? Thanks for supporting the development of this game. New DLC is on the way. See you next jam. That was really fun. I legitimately think I could have played that for like a solid like a little bit. Is this actually downloading something? Are you guys hacking into the system? I understand. What is this downloading? Yeah, I legitimately could have kept playing that for a little bit. Godot Nears. We're stealing that as a resource. Thank you guys for pointing that out. Okay. No, that's super fair. You guys want to see an artifact of my game? That does that? Let's do. This is another one that I realized. I'm gonna zoom in really quick. Alright, cool. Blah, blah, blah. Quit. Quit. And then, so yeah, like, let me see. I think, yeah, 13 minutes, 38 seconds left. So these things happen. These things, they happen. Alright, I'm gonna throw up the privacy screen while I go rate your guys' game. 18 seconds before the end. Oh god. That hurts my soul for them. No, it was a blast. I actually really, really enjoyed this one. Yeah, 3-day jam was a lot. Quite a lot. I definitely was feeling it there at the end. Especially like trying to like pull all of these disjointed pieces together. Like 45 minutes left, just like, all right, how much of this can I actually get to work? I have so many different things. Let's all plug them in. Yeah, so that with us, but the goat. Like, our animator spent a very long time trying to get this goat character together, and well, when it kind of just bricked last minute, it was rough. It was kind of rough. Uh, yeah, that one was fun. Yeah, I learned a lot in an extremely short amount of time, thanks to like a 3 day jam. Even just doing like my small part of it, which for the most part, like I programmed the UI minus the scorekeeping HUD. I kind of shit the bed on the scorekeeping HUD. I'm not even gonna lie about that one. Also, good job, guys. We're already at over 1,000 ratings overall in the jam. Okay, let's get us back over to main screen. Oopie oopie. Well, you know you did a good job. You know did a good job. I'm sorry, I accidentally spoiled the ratings for you guys. Oops, that's my bad. I should pay more attention. Okay, so the next one, I think we are all through everybody who actually tagged me. So the next few are just people who had submitted to the Discord directly. Um, didn't see nothing. Good lad. Good lad. Oh, I gotta stretch my old bones. Give me just a moment. Whew. All right. So, Falling Summer is a tiny, bittersweet game. Ooh. All right. So this one I may end up playing at a later date. No promises. I have to do a whole other setup in thing before I do any .zips, .exes, .nothings. Just out of personal security reasons. So we are going to throw that one on the back burner. I should have honestly vetted that out sooner rather than later, and that is my bad. Oh, another one. Another one that looks so cute. Okay, this one will also. I live in like the Appalachian area of United States, southeast area. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Frog's Lock by It's Jeppy. Maybe this one's playable in browser. No, I really should have checked these things out. What? Is that a what as in like excitement or what as in confusion? Um, let us see. On one hand, I don't want to give too close of my location. But on the other, there's two main mountain ranges in the United States, and I live on the easternmost one, near the south end of it. If y'all know who Dolly Parton is, she was born and raised in a city a few hours away from where I live. I know, cry face. I'm so sorry. Google Dolly Parton and that'll give you like a neck of the woods. That's fair. That's super fair. Well, thank you for coming and hanging out. Middle of bumfuck nowhere is basically a much better answer. Let's see. Yay! One that's playable in browser. We love to see it, folks. I'm sorry that I don't play the ones that I have to download. I really ought to like take the time to vet them. It is just so much easier if people do browser builds. Okay, so this one. Did you ever wish to manage your international cozy coffee company? Yeah, kinda. A calm and relaxed idle game about earning money and expanding your cozy autumn business. As the Cozy Coffee Company director, you have to make relaxed but strategic decisions. Where do you expand next? Which products do you offer in your cozy coffee coves? When do you collect your earnings? Oh yeah, my team was mostly international people. I think this round only three of us were from the United States, or at least like the Americas. I think um I'm not sure exactly where everyone else was from. I know at least one of them was from Spain. I think the other one might have been Greek. I'm not sure, but I know that like most of my team, English wasn't their first language, which was really really interesting. And working with like day night schedules was also quite interesting. Okay, so all right, so in this, nothing can go wrong, and eventually everyone around the globe will enjoy the cozy coffee from your cozy coffee company. Discover a beautiful and cute, handcrafted little world that was totally based on a Dwarf Fortress map. Master the business side of cozy autumn activities, sit back and enjoy the number go up. We love number go up. Cozy Coffee Company was developed by a small team of friends for the Cozy Fall Jam 2024 in Cologne, Room 404. Yes, we are basically the same team as last year and created another game following in the footsteps of our award winning Cozy Coffee Cove. Group changed a bit, the vibe stayed the same. Everyone did their best, and we are super happy with the result, and I hope you are too. We would love to hear all your feedback, no matter if you are a cute coffee lover or not. Alright, cool. Let's see what you guys got. Yeah, no, I've absolutely loved being part of like the game jam community. So I think this is technically like my third jam. It's a little loud for me. Let me turn that down just a bit. Okay. Yeah, this is technically my second submission, but I did try my best to get a game together for um 1-Bit Jam, and I just ended up not making it over the deadline in time with something I was confident pushing out. I you know, haven't really been programming long, so trying to do something solo in a very small amount of time, whenever half my time was just learning how to speak the language, was a bit. It was a bit much. Alright, so we're playing in Chrome already. Sorry for the inconvenience, there is none. Play some Cozy Coffee Company. Okay, so click and drag. Cool. Ooh. Okay, so Wasad lets you move around kind of slow. And if you click and drag, it just flings you all over the place. Alright, so we're gonna click here. Unlock. And that's gonna start doing its thing. Towers. Shop. Okay. And so yeah, they just got a little idle game going. Cool. Okay. Do we have any other, like, little places that we can go snag, like a... Or is it just the further out we are? Yeah, it seems like... we're gonna have to catch somewhere close, or... these. Okay. So how's everybody doing today? Everybody chilling? Anybody got new, like, projects planned for post-cozy? Okay, I think we're gonna go for Tranquil Towers next. Get two little shops going. Yeah, it's wild. Like, I could work with someone who's technically in the same country as me in the United States, but if they, like, lived in California, it would basically be like they're from a different country, it feels like. It's wild how like big those distances are. Mhm. There's a site called The True Size of. You know what? We're playing an idle game. I'll let my empire. You know what? We're gonna do what good bosses do. We're gonna let our empire rack up for a bit. Um, the true size of. Search and drag compare sizes. I don't need a tutorial. We're just gonna. So yeah, we're gonna say Texas. Here's Texas, and then let's go to Poland. Like, that's your entire country. Or yeah, like the UK. And that's just like one portion of our whole country. Yeah, like back here in colonial, we're going to do a little history lesson about how a bunch of people just were kind of shit for a while. We had a bunch of people come in all at once in this little area and fight over it. Real persnickety. And then around this point in history, people just started throwing shit tons of money around and buying wide expanses of open land. And so you end up with places like Denver, not Denmark. I'm being stupid. Yes, I am being stupid. We're just gonna say Nevada. Oh, Colorado, not Denver. Denver, Colorado. Yeah, you get places like this. Yeah, just 13 colonies things. And so then if we compare it to, anywhere on the East Coast, we're just gonna say like New York. But it's like, what is the population of New York? But it's just like this giant expanse of land as opposed to this one area, and it's just repeatedly like that. No, they literally just stopped caring. Here, you want to see how bad it is? Colorado. They just stopped caring. Like it wasn't landmarks anymore. It was just like road signs. They just somebody saw a map and just started writing straight lines. Whereas like here you could tell like oh people were like following like mountains and trails and like rivers and like I don't know things that kind of made sense. Yeah, over here. Yeah, it's just squares. It's squares. You know what makes you more mad is like the Louisiana Purchase in its entirety and like how it happened, not just the fact that it's just squares. But yeah, crayons on a map. There was no thought put into it. Yeah, someone straight up just made lines on a map. They did not give a single shit. Like this is the closest is because like I think so. I think it's basically everything like east of Missouri where it starts happening. Yeah. Yeah, we got like Missouri and then Arkansas. Yeah, like this is kind of where it starts happening. And then Texas is like this weird case because like you know, they decided they wanted to be their own country there for a little bit, and then like there was this whole thing with Mexico and blah 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 blah. And so like this border was really like fought over a lot, and this border was really fought over a lot. But right here, nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a shit except for maybe North Dakota and South Dakota. Whenever the fuck that happened, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head because these used to be the same thing. These used just to be like Dakota, right? Yeah. Also big square, just slightly smaller big square. All right, let's see what the coffee company is looking like now. No. No. It didn't idle in the background. Pourquoi? Or maybe it did, and I just wasn't paying attention. Just automatically giving me my money. That'd been nice of it. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's dumb how it happened. Yeah, like at first it was very much based on like land masses and things like that. You could like find like natural borders between things. And then it very much transformed to I bought X kilometers by X kilometers or X acres by X acres or whatever they measured it in. It's silly. Okay. How many more? Let's get some Weasel Town going on, and then I think we're gonna upgrade our coffee. All right. So what's the goal? What's the goal here? How far are we taking this empire before we move on, chat? Quite literally, this one kind of like is meditative. It turns my brain off in a good way. I don't know, like, I'll say. I think it was a very interesting. Oh, thank you for the follow. Of course, go have fun playing Phasmophobia, and thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a pleasure having you guys. Ooh, I can upgrade my individual settlements? Interesting. So yeah, anybody that hanging out, you guys got any plans for like your next game jam or next project you guys are working on? Anything in the pipeline? Hmm. Okay. I think I got the vibe of what's happening here. That's really cool. And then I got my town menu here. Can I upgrade my stuff through the town menu? Okay. I think just let this mute for a little bit. Hopefully it keeps going on. Throw up the privacy screen for a moment and do my review of this game. See y'all in a moment. All right, so I'm gonna check, make sure these other games playable in browser before I commit to them. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so let's hop back in. Next up, we are playing Pumpkin Patch by Discord user Lemon Katie. Back screen transition. Beautiful, beautiful. Alrighty, so Pumpkin Patch. Cute little startup GIF. Less cute. Decomposing pumpkin. Plant pumpkins and sell them when they're fully grown. The closer it is to fully grown, the more coins you get by selling it. You can only carry one pumpkin to the stall at a time, so plan when you plant your seeds to make the most money. Sod to move, E to pick up pumpkins and to sell them, Q to plant. Buy more seeds, go to the store. Okay. I like that intro thing. Okay. Caitlin. On, press start. Okay, so store, some seed packs, close the store, then Q, 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 Q. Oh no, I'm wasting them. Cozy my tits. My pumpkins. What do you mean my pumpkins don't last forever? Oh no. Well, I've gone and ruined everything. No. I'm ruined. I have to sell moldy pumpkins. How close? Yeah, I can dig them out of the dirt. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I gotta buy more seeds. Womp, 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 womp. Just gotta keep it manageable. Manageable. You can't get greedy. Oh yeah. Alright. Now, because I can, waste all my money on this. And as is tradition for every neighborhood shortly after Halloween. It's time for just like there to just be a bunch of rotting pumpkins for a little bit. Sorry, guys. This tradition. I'm not one to. Well, this one does not want to be planted on, so this one will not be planted on. And we can sell this guy. All right. Rotting pumpkin. So yeah, the life cycle is pretty quick. My gosh. Dig out the dirt. Nice, nice, nice. Just testing a bunch of different strategies out. Whee! Your character moves very smooth. I especially like. This is a very nice detail that you have this like moment of stall in between the inputs as you're switching over from one to the other, and I really like that. That's very nice. Okay, I think we're ready to throw up the privacy screen and do our voting for that one. Also, for anybody else that's hanging out, I feel like I'd be missing the opportunity if I didn't at least ask. If you're enjoying yourself, please give me a follow. It is my goal to start making games, developing games, and creating content around that. And so every step that I can take to get closer to that is just all the better and all much appreciated, especially as a small, very novice newcomer as myself. Be remiss if I didn't ask, but as we were. Okay. Chillbound by 1000 Gibbet. I've seen them active in the community. Let me make sure this is a browser game, so that helps. Right, let's get it transferred over to the main screen. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, all right. Okay, so this is 1000 Gibbets in their team. It is Chillbound. In a world gripped by a never-ending winter, you take on the role of a resilient dragon determined to survive the harsh cold. As temperatures drop and icy creatures emerge from the darkness, your only hope is to defend your fiery nest from the relentless chill. Battle waves of frostbitten enemies while keeping your flames alive, and return to your base to grab essential upgrades that enhance your abilities. Harness the power of fire, summon mystical allies, and gather magical resources to stay warm. It's a fight for survival in a frozen realm where only the strongest flames can outlast winter's wrath. Alright, so we're going to be using our left mouse button to move our character around, right mouse button to use our flamethrower, and skip to next wave using S. P is to pause. Okay, let's give it a whirl. art by Dio, music by Plandapatopus, SFX by Mandarus, coding Gibbet, Compaq, and Ash the Loser. Writing Ash the Loser. Ooh, we got a coder and a writer. Winter's grasp tightens, the chill bites deeper each day. As a dragon, the last embers of warmth are your lifeline. The frozen winds howl and icy enemies awaken, drawn to extinguish the warmth of your nest. The duration of winter, you must fight back and defend your fiery shelter. Hold right mouse button fire. Okay, so it kind of feels like a... Okay. Kind of feels like a Snake IO type game. Oh, you gotta actually come and like destroy the crystals. Buy upgrades at the base. Okay. Summon a mischievous little ghost to fight by your side. Every 2.5 seconds, shoot out a jack-o'-lantern that splits into smaller fireballs upon impact. Gradually accelerate to double your speed, leaving a fiery trail of glowing pumpkin embers as you build momentum. Use this burst of speed to swiftly navigate the frozen landscape and evade icy foes. Heal all segments of your body as you drink a potion brewed from enchanted fall herbs, or add 2 segments to your body as the autumn season fortifies you. I think we're going to go with the extra that for now. It's going to let me buy something else. No. Okay, I need 150 XP to get my next upgrade. Okay, let's go ahead and skip the next wave. 3, 2, 1. Okay, there's one over there. One over this way. Gotta hurry up back over here before they get over here. Like the long range capabilities. Okay, let's hurry up, get over to here. Let's get a little fella. Die, 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 die. Oh, come here, little buddy. You're no help to be over there. Alright, I think this guy had some extra max health, and then we'll heal next round. Anything up here for me? Interesting. Okay, I think I'm ready. Oh, get off me, get off me. Scare this guy up really quick. Oh. Cold. It's so cold. Alright, we're gonna let my AoE stuff kind of thin out the horde for a second. I'm scared. I'm a little baby. Alright, we're good. We're chilling. Gradually accelerate. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and heal. Then hopefully we are HOTTOGO for next round. Approach that cold guy slowly. Oh. Rude. Don't know what that was, but like, fuck you for having it. Oh god. Rude as fuck. Thank you for holding him at bay, little dude. Like, pop off. Mucho apreciado. I think we are chilling again. Okay. Right, so we got all the upgrades. Ooh, speed boost. Let's go. We love it. We love it. We love it. Die, 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 die. Murder, 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 murder. Ooh. Oh, there's a lot of you guys over here. There's a lot of you boys. Oh, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No, I was so close. Those ice knives are tricky. Ice knives are tricky. That was fun. That was enjoyable. All right, I'm gonna throw up the privacy screen. One moment, please. Do do do. Do do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do. Alright, so we're on a submission page. Oh, I see we got a couple more people hanging out. Hello, hello. Alrighty. Let's see, we're gonna throw it over to Alright, so we gotta go back to our cozy coffee company really quick. See what it's got going for us. Get it unmuted. Bloop, 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 bloop. Node is not the biggest fan of the fact that we left it. It's over here. Oh, can't get that yet. We build up or out? I think we stay local, you know, shop local. Don't need to be a global entity yet. We just got to corner the local market. Yeah, yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Much better. And then we just increase their capacity a little bit. We love it. We love it. We made that money back so quickly. Yeah, I can throw that one to the list. Let me buy one spot here, and then we're gonna go back to our home base, upgrade you a couple of times. Upgrade you a couple of times. Then score some quick cash. Beautiful. Love to see it. And welcome to the family. Alright. Hop out of here for just a moment. Alright, so yours was Rat X Monster. Okay. Yeah, let me do some missions. Rat X. Okay. So I will I'll vet this out at some point. I am trying my best to only play in browser games for right now, just in case. I definitely like here. Look, I'm gonna at least give you the look a look at your itch.io page though, because like you definitely have some interesting things going on. Is there a Ugame page? We even got a YouTube video for it. I'm a really big fan of this like developing low poly aesthetic that I'm seeing in a lot of like indie games. Like this like PSX type look. That's super fair. I ended up not submitting to a game jam once just because I couldn't get a web version up. Ooh, where at? Ooh, that's some good sound design. Yeah, it's like spatial audio. I can hear that even through the. Nice. Heck yeah. Oh no, he got stepped on. That's a health bar down there, right? I like how the roommate's so chill about it. like Cthulhu or the like Illithid. Yeah, it happens. It's like 3 days. Like I love the fact that you're going to like keep working on this. I definitely think that's the best angle to go whenever doing game jam games is like figure out what your big project is and just like incrementally work on game jam games to like help you get there, or at least like help you get the skills to get there, you know? Oh, for sure. I even like the idea of like this guy not necessarily like getting up and doing anything about you. I love that he interacts, but like possibly like if you try to like sneak past him in the couch, he'll start stepping. Like he's not gonna be bothered to get up. Yeah, I really like the aesthetic. I love that it's just like some roommates. Squeeze. Oh yeah, he's struggling. Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't play it on stream, but you know, at least give it some representation. Um, no, I really like your guys' look. I love the low poly um type. I'm a big fan of the foley you guys did and the voice work. Like that was really cool. Like the "Hey Frank," and the fact that you guys had it set up in such a way that like you could spatially hear it is also really really cool. Yeah, I think you guys definitely all like put put quite a bit into this, and I really really enjoyed it. I would definitely love seeing a fleshed out game where you're I don't know, more than just getting food, just trying to like cause some general mischief as this rat in a like house full of these like creepy Halloween creatures. Yeah, yeah. This Draco down here, he's got a business email if anyone wants to hit him up. But yeah, that was Chef's Kiss. Very good job. But yeah, at least you know. Sorry I didn't get to play it on stream, but at least you guys got to see a playthrough of it. It looked like it handled a little well. The I think the like you said, the AI would get stuck on walls. The rat looked a little floaty, but sometimes that feels good. Sometimes like that can be intentional. Um, would you be comfortable with me rating just based on like watching a video? Because if so, I can definitely do a rate and review just based on like that feel, if that's fair to you guys. But if that's not something you're comfortable with, I also wouldn't want to just do that based on that alone. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna throw up the privacy screen and throw up a little rating for you guys. Yeah, it seems like there's like some certain I'm not sure exactly what all you have to do to get validated past that, but if you're just a, not a trusted software provider, it will cause flags for viruses. Um, just like I guess there's like keys or something you have to send through to like Microsoft for security defense purposes, yada yada yada. Um, I know even like major companies will occasionally get those false flags. It's just one of those things that it's easier to deal with like a virtual machine off stream where I can vet those things out. Because even if you guys didn't purposely put a virus in there, that isn't stopping some sort of like Trojan or like malware, yada yada yada. Just like something from hijacking and just existing on there. Just abundance of caution, yada yada. Okay, got you guys voted on. Now let's see. I think I have one more that I planned on doing if it is in browser, and it is unfortunately not. It does look super adorable though. I'm gonna post it up on screen for just a moment. Got Cheeks and Picnic. Unfortunately, it's also download only, but this looks super precious. I love the like mix between like pixel art and Paper Mario vibes, like the 2D, 3D aesthetic mashup. Like all of this is screaming adorable. Unfortunate that I don't have my setup to safely download and play games like this. That being said, I think we've hit the end of the submissions I had planned on doing. Um, I think we're going to take 5 at this point. Um, come back in a moment, and I'm going to kind of do the big announcement, air quotes, of my 50 followers. And after that, we'll kind of see where we're going from there. So if anybody's still chilling after the break, I'll see you on the other side. Alright, is everybody there? Can everybody hear me alright? I'm just getting back from break. Had to smash some curry before I passed out. Stomach hungered. But we're good to go now. No sleep. Sleep eventually. We'll sleep tomorrow. Okay. Turn the music down just a tiny bit. Okay. So these things really quick. Alright, so as you guys have already heard me yapping about over and over and over again at this point, we have finally hit 50 followers, which means we are just one step closer to hitting Twitch affiliate, which means we are just one step closer to being able to actually make something out of this, at least a little bit more than just something I do on the side. Oh lord, motorcycles. So all that being said, I felt that, like, since the community was giving in as much as they were, that I really should take this opportunity by the horns and really, like, go for it as much as I could. Because we've hit 50 followers in, I believe, less than 2 months' time. 2.5 months tops since this channel has actually, like, I've actually started taking this seriously. And, like, I'm just really excited about that. And I've met a lot of super talented developers. I've gotten the opportunity, even though I've never touched a line of code, to lead a team of devs to make our little arcade game that we did. And so I just wanted to kind of publicly announce my personal next step and where the channel's going to be going from here. So, first off, we are going to start actually putting content onto the YouTube channel. As of right now, it is just going to be Vrood's VODs. Nothing more than that. It's just going to be a channel to offload VODs onto. That way, whenever I do jam content like this, they're not fated to eventually disappear like they do on Twitch's VOD stream. Which was a problem I didn't realize up until just now. That after a few weeks, yeah, your VODs will just kind of pop off and disappear. So, didn't want that to happen, so we're going to start offloading those onto YouTube. I'll have a link in the doobly-doo eventually whenever that's set up. I believe I might already have a YouTube channel link posted in my description, so if it's there, feel free to subscribe over there, because that's where all of that stuff's going to be happening. And by that stuff, what do you mean, Vrood? What is that stuff we are talking about? So, like I've said, I barely touched a line of code and have led a team. I've barely done sound effects, art, design, barely really gotten into the nitty-gritty of game making myself. I've more helped lead projects, helped with game feel, and helped in those aspects. While I have touched some code now, at this point I did the UI and menus in Kids Lawn Care. I still don't think I have the chops that I want to have for as, starry-eyed as I am. So I've basically decided that Vrood's got to go to boot camp. What's boot camp? What's boot camp, you ask? Oh, person in the audience. Um, well, there's something I discovered over taking a few days to kind of just like figure out what my goals are as we approach 50 and all of that. And I found something called 20 Games Challenge. Click on this here. How's this guy? So the 20 Games Challenge is basically a curated list of 20 games that basically by the end of it, you will have a basic understanding of everything you need to make a game. So we're gonna just kind of start with the homepage and just kind of let the person who made this speak for themselves on it. And then after that, I'll kind of talk through how I'm interpreting it and how I'm going to approach the 20 game challenge and like what that means for Vrood.
Welcome to the 20 Games Challenge. Let's assume you want to learn to make a video game. Where do you begin? Obviously, you'd probably start with a tutorial, but let's say you've put in your 2 or 6 or 40 hours, however long it took to make something extremely simple, and now you have the most basic mechanics of the game engine you're using under your belt, but you are not by any means an expert. What comes next? A lot of people will move straight into their dream game, the reason why they wanted to learn to make video games in the first place. Unfortunately, video games are really difficult to make. They are much easier than they've ever been before. We are in an amazing time if you want to learn, but it's still difficult. And the majority of people fail to finish their first project that they start. So, what do we do about that? If you
I'm in
ask
that
around the
spot.
internet, you will start to get the same.
Um, I'm definitely in that spot. I have what I like affectionately call like the graveyard of lost projects of where I like I said, didn't know anything. This is before I participated in game jams, would just try to bash my head against the wall on figuring out how to make a game. And I would always do something way beyond what they usually suggest. Way beyond just make Pong, just make Frogger, just make an arcade game. I was like, I'm gonna make a deck building rogue. Like, I'm gonna make a Slay the Spire. Like, I'm gonna make a throwback JRPG. Blah 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 blah. Yada yada yada. And so I've got basic things thrown together that almost sort of look like almost types of things, and templates that I've ripped from like asset libraries and stuff like that, and had no idea what to do with any of them. So this is kind of why I started game jamming, was because I wanted to bridge that gap to get to this.
Same advice over and over again. Start small, make multiple projects, and work your way up to something big. Maybe instead of making that dream game, you're going to start with some other idea you have that you're not as committed to, but it should be easy, right? The one problem is if you don't know how to make a video game, how are you going to know how to estimate how big a video game is? How are you going to
Mm-hmm.
know that this idea you have is actually small instead of just seeming small on the surface?
Very
And what
much that.
happens when you find yourself 2 years and 3 prototypes into a project that you didn't really care about to begin with, but you just thought it was small and it turns out it's not? There is one other option that a lot of people are interested in, and that is game jams.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, if you want to learn to make a video game, you can hole yourself up in a room for 24, 48, or 72 hours and just do what you know and make something and get it out there in front of people. At the end of the jam, you have finished a project. And that's great. It's not for everyone. Again, if you don't have 24 or 48 or 72 consecutive hours to dedicate to a jam, you might not be able to do that, but it does work for some people. So is that our only option? Game jams, only way to learn games? No, there is another option that a lot of people do, but not a lot of people talk about, and it hasn't really had a fancy name, which is why I decided to make a website about it. That idea is recreating games that already exist. And that'll sound weird to a lot of people who might want to get into games because they want to express their creativity, but If you want to be creative, you need to at least know the fundamentals. This isn't about unleashing your inner Picasso, it is about learning to hold a paintbrush. The goal of the 20 Games Challenge is not necessarily to make 20 games, although you can. The goal is to learn game design in 20 games or less. Now, again, 20 games sounds like a lot, but ask yourself the question, if you were going to learn to play an instrument, how many songs would you have to play? If you were to learn to draw or paint, how many drawings or paintings would you have to make before you'd consider yourself good enough to make art that other people will take seriously? So that's what this challenge is about. You are starting with fundamentals. The idea is for this to be very flexible. So if you have ideas, if you want to mix things in, if you want to do game jams, that all works. You don't have to be locked in. This isn't a class, this isn't a tutorial. Really, this is a syllabus that you can take and adapt and use on your own. So the way you'll do this is you'll go to this page. There is some help, there's some how it works, a few things to get you started. The main link here is the challenge page. There will be a list of 10 games. Actually, there will be a list of much more than 10, but they will be in tabs, and you're going to take them one at a time. So if you want to start, you start here at game 1. And you can pick. You want to make Pong, Flappy Bird, Doodle Jump. I just have 3 games for now. I may add more in the future. But you pick one of these, let's say Pong, and you have a fixed goal. If you can accomplish these things on the list, if you can make a arena with 2 paddles and a ball that bounces and it tracks scores when you exit one end of the arena or the other, you have made Pong. And you can say that you have successfully completed this video game. And here's a difficulty estimate, how complex it is. That means what is the technical details you're going to need. Scope is how much stuff you're going to make. Are you going to be making a bunch of art? Are you going to be making your own music? Are you going to be drawing things? Are you going to be making sprite work? All of that adds to the scope, even if it doesn't add to the complexity. So complexity means you're going to have to think hard. Scope means you're going to have to work hard. But combined, that's going to tell you how big these games are.
Okay, I'm gonna actually take a note on that, because that's actually a really good way to think about that. So, 20 game challenge. So, complexity equals how hard you'll have to think. Scope equals how hard you'll have to work. Okay. And I'm just going to let him keep talking at this point, keep explaining himself.
I'd say 20 hours or less, assuming you have some basic knowledge of, you followed a tutorial once before. It can be a lot longer, and that's okay. The thing is, this can be flexible. You can learn good habits.
Appreciate you. You have a good one too, Albion.
And when you finish a game, you move on to the next one. That's okay.
Good luck on your project.
Try a game in a weekend. You can try that too. But the idea is to slowly build your way up by recreating classic games. And when you're ready to jump off that train, if you say that you know how to make games, when you're done, then you've completed the 20 Games Challenge. So if you go all the way down to the bottom, you might be trying to make Doom or Mario Kart or Minecraft. And that may sound impossible if you've never made a video game. But if you start at the top and you walk your way down, you will gain the steps you need as you go. Game 2 actually builds directly on Game 1. If you've made Pong, the next step you can go to Breakout. And that one is Pong but with extra steps. The complexity doesn't even really change, you just have a little bit more scope, and you just need to add some things to the game you already made, and you get a new game. From there, maybe you're going to start completely over if you want to make Frogger. Eventually, you'll get to things like Pac-Man and learn how to make some basic AIs. Again, this challenge is not a tutorial. I'm not going to be teaching how to make these things. And really, the idea is that you don't look at a tutorial. If you have questions, look on the internet in general, find answers. If you really need to look at a tutorial for this game in particular, watch it all the way through. Don't go step by step, because that isn't really the same thing as learning. But watch a tutorial, set it aside, come back to the game, work on it, or find specific questions online. Learning to Google is a huge skill for game design. So if you can answer those specific questions without finding a tutorial for this game in particular, that'll help. But the idea is that you're going to be working your way up. Once you've completed the first 10 games, then you're going to move into phase 2, which is game 11 and beyond. You will have a much larger list to select from. The idea is to figure out where you want to go. What kind of games do you want to make? Are you interested in making a real-time strategy? Well, maybe we're going to start with a tower defense and we're going to work our way up, but you've already made a first-person shooter, so you have a lot of experience with games. You're going to work your way in. So you can tailor this however you want. You can add in your own projects. If you want to do a capstone, if you want to make something completely original partway through, once you realize you know how to estimate the scope, you can start doing that. that. You can throw in game jams, like whatever works for you works. But the idea is that this is a free resource I'm putting out to help people learn to make games in the way that I learned, and it has been extremely useful for me, so I hope it is for you. Full transparency, I am on game number 10 currently. I have been thinking about and developing the challenge as I've been making games. I am actively working on the website. I actually don't have all the games filled out at the time of making this video, but I am trying to get them done as quick as I can. I haven't made all these games, but I will be estimating complexity and scope based off of the games I have made and doing research. I'm going to have a little bit of background information on each game and some other stuff. One final note I do have for feedback. This is going to be free and open source and all that stuff. So if you are interested in helping make the website great, feel free to either jump in on GitLab or hit me up on Discord. If you are interested in doing the challenge, I would love to hear how that goes for you. If you are making devlogs or tutorials on your own, either video or blog post, feel free to let me know. I am adding mine to the challenge here under this section, but I would love to showcase what other people have done as well. So that was it for this video, super quick, but I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this journey. And if you want to take on the challenge for yourself, jump on in and let me know. I'd love to hear how it goes.
And this is a fairly recent video. Like, this is something that is ongoing and relatively new. It just only came out a year ago. So we're actually going to, on my own time, hop into that Discord really quick. Un momento, s'il vous plaît. All right, and I just posted in their Discord that I'm taking on the project as of today. I'll spend a little bit of time in there before I, start blowing them up. And then we're going to join. Okay, so awesome. So now that we have watched that, we are going to kind of figure out what it means for us. So let's kind of go through what he says. So, goal of challenge is to gradually learn about game development through a series of small projects. Not a tutorial, instead it's more of a syllabus. You don't need any special skills or training to get started making games. So I've decided on an engine. I'm going to be working in Godot, and I've done a couple of tutorials. I've made Brachy's platformer, and I've followed some tutorials on how to write signals, make components, and I've made like my own platforming controls from scratch. I've done enough that I think I can start on this. So it's going to start 10 recommended games or games similar scope. Each game will build on the fundamentals while introducing new concepts. By the end of game 10, you should be able to make a 2D or simple 3D game. And it also says that we're just doing vertical slices. We got to check each definition of done for more details. Now let's see. Goal of challenge is to learn how to make games in 20 games or less, so you might be ready to start a different project after only 10 or 15 games. End with a capstone. Make a game that is either 1, larger than before, or 2, more difficult to complete, and take some extra time to polish it up. This is your chance to show off everything you've learned during the challenge. So whichever one I end up on. Whichever one is my capstone, that is going to be what I consider a definitely like commercially viable game. I also believe that I could reach a commercially viable game within these 10 to 15 or 10 to 20. So there's some additional rules. No tutorials are allowed. Looking up specific questions, how to move an object, how to save the disk, yada yada yada, is fair game. After all, the single most important skill for any game developer is the ability to find answers online. So how to know, you got to know what questions to ask and then how to do that. So every rule does have exceptions, so don't feel bad if you need to break it. Understand though that following steps one at a time is not necessarily the same thing as learning. If you need to watch a tutorial, watch it in its entirety, then return to your game. This will ensure that you are still putting in the work needed to learn and grow. So I'm probably going to take this approach because I am very much a visual learner. And one developer I've actually appreciated quite a bit because of this is um, Jason McCollum of the Shaggy Dev, because he not only does a visual representation in the form of video, but he also does a website where he spells each of the steps step by step. So you can follow along in a tutorial, go into this, see how it's broken down step by step, and then try to recreate it. It is something that had helped me understand state machines, make my own, and I also was able to like learn signals and all sorts of things because he has both the video tutorial and the like written out like devlog sort of how you'd say essentially a better write up than what you'd find on like Stack Overflow or like throwing into like Chat GPT. Jippity. Chat Jippity. Yeah. Shout out to Jason at the Shaggy Dev. Definitely give him a look if you're trying to learn Godot. So I'll probably be watching a tutorial or two, but just kind of watching it, and then, like you said, going finding some writing and doing what I can on my own. Constrain yourself. This isn't a game jam, so you don't need to do it in a single weekend. However, I would highly recommend setting a time limit so each game doesn't take a year to complete. You can always polish the project more, but setting constraints and moving on is a good skill to learn. I would recommend 20 hours of actual development time as a starting time limit for a project, but you might need more time than that depending on your prior knowledge and skill level. Later, larger projects will obviously take longer to complete. So, how this is going to kind of apply to me is some of these easier ones like Pong, Breakout, those like first like 3 to 4, I'll probably just do on my own time. After that, I am going to either try to make a game that reinforces those skills I've already learned, but applies the like scamper method to it, so I have a different angle I can take on one of those and essentially force myself to learn another skill that way, and that'll be my next game. Or I will pull from this list or the list that we make, um, and try to find a game jam that I think I could explore that game concept within the time constraints of a game jam. Because I want to have like a hybrid approach to what is being set in the 20 game challenge and also enjoying game jams because the community aspect of being able to kind of just like be in the rough of it with another group of developers is kind of addictive to me. The community is really really nice. So yeah, I'll probably be doing Pong, give myself like a couple of days, breakout a couple of days, things like that. And then once we move on to the bigger projects that'll take like a week or two, I'll try to find appropriate game jams to go into those with. And then be flexible. You should start out with one of the recommended games. After that, feel free to try new things and challenge yourself. Start out with a rough plan, but be willing to personalize the challenge and substitute different projects in as you go. You'll learn new things, and you might have some new ideas you want to experiment with after a while. So we're gonna go to the challenge page now. All right, so all of that being said, we are going to bring up our notepad. My end goal. I am a big fan of strategy games, card games, things like that. And so I definitely want to make something that is strategy, probably turn-based or a card game. And then something that has like RPG leveling elements. And I'm also a big fan of just like replayability, like being able to have a game that's infinitely replayable is great. So I think a roguelike of some kind. That being said, I also wouldn't mind making a action-based platformer. And that's because the aspects of game feel are something that I kind of really like obsessing with, and getting like a platformer to feel correct is very interesting. It's I don't know. I messed with a platformer briefly, and it gave the brain good chemicals. Okay, so those being my end goals, let's kind of see what the games are. So, game one, Pong. So we're going to start here, going to flip into the first tab. So step one, make a game. Gain a basic understanding of your game engine, editor, and put together a complete but small game. Don't worry about making art just yet. You can find a lot of sprites online that you can use. The main focus for now is on the mechanics of the game engine itself. So the things you will learn. So project one, Pong. All right, so for assets, we're just going to use like in-engine assets, like squares, in-engine shapes, colors. Yeah, like it's just gonna be rectangles. It's just gonna be rectangles and circles. Nothing fancy. All right, so goals for this project. These are going to be the things that I want to learn. We're going to learn UI of Godot more thoroughly. We are going to learn how to create and destroy objects. We're going to learn how to process player input and AI. We are going to be able to detect and react to collisions. All right, so how are we applying this to end goal? All right, so there are two ways that I can go about this. Because I'm wanting to make a... I'm going to put some music on in the background, just so it's not just me yapping. So we could either go the route of using like WASD or WS or whatever, so we could do keyboard inputs. That's the easy way. That's the obvious way, right? But I'm wanting to make a card game. I'm wanting to make a strategy game. Most of those are, at least initially, point and click, right? So like point and click games. And so if I was to make Pong like a point and click game, I could just do like a click and drag Pong. So instead of you using the keyboard for the paddles, you have to click and hold, or at least click it and then use the mouse side to side. Maybe you don't even need to click it. Maybe it's just using the mouse. But either way, I have to get it to react to mouse motions. So reacting to mouse motion. Okay, that's how it's going to apply to my major goal. I haven't really had to do anything that relied on knowing where the mouse was. That's not something I've had to do yet. So that'll be something I'll have to learn. Cool. So we're going to go in here and see what other things it's going to be asking from us. So it's low scope, low complexity. I honestly think I could do something passable in an afternoon, maybe 2, if I like struggle on like one aspect. So to create Pong, need an arena with 2 walls and a midfield divider. And that's just going to determine like whose side of the field the ball's on. Two paddles on either side of the field. One is controlled by player, and the other by AI. Alright, add a ball that moves around the playfield and bounces off paddles. Add a ball that bounces off paddles and walls and moves around the playfield. Alright, we need to be able to detect when the ball leaves the playfield. And assign a point to the player. Not assing, assign. Assign. And then we are going to track and display the score of each player. And I'm going to do a couple of stretch goals as well, just because I do have a little bit of game knowledge already, and I would like to learn a couple of specific outputs. So a couple of other things we need is difficulty slider, or at least difficulty settings. Easy, medium, hard, and impossible. Impossible, and impossible is literally what it means. So, like, there is no way to get past the paddle. I would like that. I would also like a time limit and score maximum. A win screen. A menu to reset the game. Basic SFX for when ball collides or a point is earned. That's pretty much it. Maybe an afternoon is giving myself a little bit too much credit, but I do think I could knock something out to this. So after that, that's going to be game 1. Project 2 is going to be Breakout. So it's going to just be a slightly more complex game. Goals. Learn to reuse code between projects. Reuse and upgrade code between projects. Save high scores between play sessions. So this will mean I'll just like know how to save a game, give or take. And then we're going to improve SFX, especially if we didn't do it last time. Like we might just be like reuse our sound effects, and then we'll look at the breakout stuff specifically. And so yeah, it's just saying scope here is 1 star instead of half a star, so it's just a little bit more work, but not necessarily harder to do. So to create Pong, or excuse me, to create Breakout, we're going to need to create space with a wall or with walls and ceilings. Movable paddle, moving ball that bounces, off paddle, wall, and ceiling. Add square game objects into the top of the game space. Just gonna make that little note that they had right here. All right, so we're gonna enable the ball to bounce off bricks. Bricks. When the ball bounces, the brick should break. Breaking a brick increases player score and ball's speed. The score and life counter should be displayed. The player starts with 3 lives. When all lives are used, game ends and high score is safe. Alright, so save high score between sessions. Add different colors to the bricks in the rows. I'm gonna copy paste this little note they have here. And then the paddle should get narrower once the ball reaches the ceiling. I don't really understand that one. I'm not really going to worry about that one. And then lots of people got that one going, which I think is really cool. And then we will get to one of these guys. Stage 3, but I think for right now, this is a good way for us to stay in scope and learn some skills. We're going to be learning how to do keyboard inputs. We're also going to be learning how to make our game react to mouse motion by clicking and dragging. And we're also going to be making our first AI, hopefully, with difficulty settings. But yeah, that is going to be kind of my boot camp. We're going to go through a couple of games, and by the end of it, I think we're probably going to try to like step our toes into a very minor like Pokemon-esque type game, and then try to make a small card game by game 20. I'm not sure exactly which route we're taking from there, but that's give or take the game plan. So yeah, I hope those that are hearing me are excited about where the channel's going to go. I'm excited to have you guys with me. It's like I am beside myself knowing that 50 individuals have chosen not only to come listen to me yap, but also be annoyed by a little notification every time I do decide to yap. Like, it is, I don't know, it's cool. You guys have been fantastic. It is always a joy to like take part in stuff in the game jam community with you guys. So I will be real with you. That is kind of all that I got. Yeah. I think let's see, we've got an hour left for stream. Anybody hanging out have any ideas on how we should fill this last hour? I guess I could go ahead and start tackling Pong, but I'd much rather get most of that done. Like, I'd rather sit down knowing, like, all right, we're going to start making Pong today. Because I feel like if I sat down with that attitude, it would just get done. I would get done that day. So that is probably going to be, what is today? Wednesday? That will probably end up being Sunday stream. Is we're going to tear through making a Pong clone, and if we can get it up in time, possibly Breakout. And all of these games are going to be available on my itch for free, at least like the first like 5, for sure. If anything I feel has enough legs for commercial release, we'll probably go down that pipeline, but I'll at least like have a demo for you guys. Like I said, the vertical slice. But this is gonna be what we're doing. This is my training arc. Because yeah, the more and more I make games, the more and more I realize exactly how much space there is in between me, what I want to do, and what I can't do. And so we can get all the way down here and make like Minecraft or Portal. Like, I would absolutely love to like learn how to make voxels. I'd work in 3D if in low poly or voxels. Yo, Cheese! What's happening? So major announcement. 50 followers. We have hit one of my major goals. We are that step closer to affiliate. And because of this, we are undertaking something called the 20 game challenge. Essentially, it is a boot camp where you run through and make 20 games or so. And by the end of it, you should have like a mastery of your game engine and an understanding of how to make games. Yep. And I'm probably going to be using like a handful of these as game jam submissions. But yeah, the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be making like a Pong clone, a Breakout clone, and then probably Frogger after that. Something like that. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. But we're going to just be spitting out basically as many games as I quickly as I possibly can, starting from Pong and ending at a Minecraft clone. It might take me a few months. It might take me a few years. I might not get through all of these. We might get to Star Fox or Crash Bandicoot or even Dig Dug and realize I've got enough skills that I can go make the game that I want to make. But right now, this is definitely the North Star that Brood is going by for the time being. I'm kind of just trying to figure out what I'm going to do for this last hour that we got to kill. Yeah, it's a 20 game challenge. I'm excited for it. How you doing, Cheese? what is this? Okay. Assuming they have a game jam going on right now. Halloween edition. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so it's another 3-day jam. It's always challenging to find an engaging theme. It should provide a solid foundation for game ideas while remaining versatile enough to accommodate diverse content. We believe discovered that with our theme. You are the monster. Ooh. Interessante. What kind of game you thinking of making, cheese? No, I can't join another game jam just yet. I gotta take a moment. I was itching. That's really cool. I'm excited to see what some people come up with, though. Yeah, good luck on that one. Well, I think honestly, since I got through the game jam submissions I was wanting to play, did the voting that I was wanting to do, and kind of did my big announcement, I think I kind of have some work. A game where you have to shoot enemies before they can escape. Ooh, that's ruthless. I love it. I love it. I think you should do some sort of like get over here mechanic for like some enemies. That'd be fun. But anywho, I think I'm gonna call it an early day. I do have a little bit of like personal work I need to be doing. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. I'm really excited that the members of the Cozy Game Jam were able to push me over the 50 follower goal, and that I can start taking this stuff just a little bit more seriously. That being said, you guys like ferrets? Are you guys ferret people at all? I think we're gonna take a little detour. You guys are still hanging out. You guys are being great people. All right. My dashboard. Yes, good. Yes, good. All right. Well, you're still hanging out. Thank you for chilling with me. It was a pleasure. I super excited to have whoever's with me on this 20 game challenge with me as this game dev journey kind of, I don't know, really feels like starting. Peace out, Broodlings, and I'll see you guys Sunday.